What if Europe came within a hair's breadth of complete conquest by one of the most powerful empires in history? And here's the big question. What stopped the Mongols from conquering all of Europe? Was it Europe's geography? Their disjointed kingdoms? Or was it something far more surprising? By the end of this journey, we'll reveal the answer, and it might not be what you expect. This is the story of the Golden Horde's terrifying march into Europe under Batu Khan, a campaign that razed cities, crushed armies, and spread fear like wildfire. By the end of this journey, you'll be left asking, was Europe saved by luck, geography, or something far greater? Let's dive into one of the most dramatic chapters in world history. It was the early 1230s, and the Mongol Empire, already the largest empire in history, was not done expanding. Batu Khan, grandson of Genghis Khan, was given command of the Golden Horde, the westernmost division of the Mongol Empire. The Golden Horde covered parts of Eastern Europe and Central Asia. Its name derived from the golden-colored tents used by the ruling elite. Batu's mission: conquer the lands of the Kievan Rus, a federation of Slavic states centered around modern-day Ukraine, Belarus, and Russia. At the time, the Kievan Rus was a key political and cultural hub in Eastern Europe. The campaign began with devastating precision. By 1240, Kiev, the heart of the Kievan Rus, was left in ruins. Entire cities were burned to the ground, their populations annihilated or enslaved. Imagine you're a villager hearing distant hooves, knowing the Mongols' reputation for sparing no one. You'd face an impossible choice: flee and risk starvation, or stay and face certain death. The destruction of the Kievan Rus reshaped the region for centuries. The power vacuum left behind allowed Moscow to rise as a dominant force, eventually forming the foundation of the Russian Empire. It's a bit like pruning a tree. What seems destructive at first can lead to new and stronger growth in a different direction. But Batu Khan wasn't just a conqueror, he was a master tactician. He moved like a thunderstorm, striking with terrifying speed and leaving only ashes in his wake. As his forces pushed into Eastern Europe, he set his sights on two crucial battles that would open the gates to the continent. In Poland, a coalition of knights, including Teutonic and Templar forces, gathered to repel the Mongols. At Legnica, Batu Khan's forces unleashed chaos, feigned retreats, a military tactic where an army pretends to flee, luring enemies into an ambush, devastated the European forces. Mongol archers rained arrows with deadly precision, and entire armies were slaughtered. In Hungary, the Mongols struck again, facing King Bela IV's army. At Mohi, the Mongols executed a brilliant encirclement, cutting off escape routes and unleashing devastating attacks. Imagine being a Hungarian soldier, surrounded on all sides by the thundering hooves of Mongol cavalry. It was like being caught in quicksand. The harder you tried to escape, the faster you were overwhelmed. These battles didn't just demonstrate Mongol brutality, they showcased their unparalleled siege warfare, the strategy of surrounding and attacking fortified positions. Using mobile bridges constructed with the help of captured engineers, the Mongols crossed rivers faster than their enemies could anticipate. It was warfare on a level Europe had never seen. Despite their overwhelming victories, Europe wasn't entirely helpless. In Hungary, survivors of Mohi regrouped to fortify key cities, creating pockets of resistance that delayed the Mongols' advance. These moments of defiance, while small, were seeds of hope in an otherwise grim landscape. The Mongols didn't just win battles, they redefined warfare. Their cavalry could cover vast distances in days, striking faster than their enemies could react. Each warrior carried multiple bows, hundreds of arrows, and enough supplies to survive independently for weeks. Their reliance on horses gave them an unmatched logistical edge. Horses were their charging stations, Much like modern electric cars need charging points, the Mongols needed grasslands for their animals to graze. Without these, their progress could grind to a halt. This meant that while the Mongols thrived on the open steppes, Europe's dense forests and rugged terrain slowed their advance. Psychological warfare amplified their success. Tales of Mongol brutality spread like wildfire, demoralizing entire regions before the first arrow flew. Imagine hearing about a force so fearsome that cities surrendered without a fight, much like bad online reviews, discouraging people from trying a product. Europe, on the other hand, struggled to organize. Rivalries and fragmented kingdoms meant no unified defense. It was like a team of players arguing over who should pass the ball, while their opponents, highly organized and focused, executed a single, devastating strategy. And then, in 1242, the unthinkable happened. At the height of their campaign, with the gates to Europe within reach, the Mongols retreated. Why? News had reached Batu Khan. Ögedei Khan, the great Khan of the Mongol Empire, had died. Ögedei, the third son of Genghis Khan, was a central figure in maintaining the Mongol Empire's cohesion. According to tradition, Batu and other Mongol leaders were required to return to Mongolia for a Kurultai, a council to select the next great Khan. But was this the only reason? Europe's survival wasn't simply luck. Western Europe's dense forests and mountainous terrain posed real logistical challenges for the Mongols. It was like trying to fight a battle in a maze, familiar territory for Europeans, but alien to the Mongols. Internal politics also played a role. Batu Khan had rivals within the empire, particularly Guyuk Khan, son of Ögedei. Some historians suggest Batu retreated not just out of obligation, but to consolidate his position and avoid leaving his flank exposed to political enemies. The Mongol invasion left an indelible mark on history. The Kievan Rus was devastated, its political power shattered. For centuries, the region fell under Mongol dominance, reshaping Russian culture and governance. But the Mongols weren't just destroyers, they were also connectors. The Golden Horde facilitated trade routes linking Europe and Asia, creating cultural and economic exchanges that shaped the medieval world. Cities like Sarai became bustling hubs of commerce and innovation. Europe's survival, however, remains a subject of fierce debate. Was it geography, mountains and forests that slowed the Mongols? Or was it the fragmented kingdoms holding just long enough for fate to intervene? It's like surviving a storm. Some credit strong walls, others good planning, and some sheer luck that the storm weakened before hitting. So, what stopped the Mongols from conquering all of Europe? Ultimately, it was a mix of logistical challenges, European resilience, and, most importantly, the death of Ögedei Khan. Had he lived just a little longer, the Mongols might have pressed forward, and history as we know it could have been forever changed. The story of the Golden Horde's invasion is more than a tale of conquest. It's a reminder of how fragile the balance of power can be. Let us know in the comments, do you think Europe was saved by luck, geography, or strategy? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more journeys into the past. Because history isn't just about what happened, it's about what could have been.